Awesome. Well, it's great to meet both of you. I love the show, so it's really really cool to be talking to you. And so I guess I'll start with both of you. But when you first got the script for Ponies, what was the sort of immediate hook for you? And was it like getting into the world of espionage, or was it something about your characters that caught your interest?
You want to go?
No, you go. You go ahead.
I think for me it was the 70s, like shooting a period piece, and then yeah, like getting into espionage and like reading for Andrea, obviously, like yeah, the massive I don't know, depth of this character.
Mm. Ha ha ha. Okay. I guess I guess I guess for me, honestly, it was like lots of great and interesting scenes and ability to play in it, and the ability to create an interesting arc of the character. The script was providing already, so I was very happy to just like take it and play with it, and obviously the cast. And just an incredible team around the script. Honestly, that was making it compelling. And when I finished reading the script, I was quite happy with the way it was just like misleading me or something like that, or all those all those twists. And I wasn't very familiar with espionage genre before, so I didn't know that the person who dies in the first episode comes back in the last episode. So I was quite surprised with all of those turns. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I love the twist. And so like
Yeah.
art when you have the your character has many faces. He has a very public persona, but then we see what he's really like. So what was that like for you to play this villain that's just so conniving kind of or so duplicitous? And was did you just get the how much fun is it just to play the villain, I guess?
I mean, it was a lot of fun. Because I mean, it really is because like you can just move through, space and like through rooms and do whatever you like. I mean, obviously, like not in, no, but it is. It's like not in every scene because, like as you said, in public functions and like when he talks to his superiors, he obviously can. So there's limits to that. But in the majority of the scenes, he can just like be and do whatever, and that is quite liberating. And I don't think we get to do that quite a lot. Um, yeah, but and as yeah, and I feel like just because like I've never played a character like that that is like so far from me, that was like something that really pulled me to playing him as well.
Yeah, no, and he's a great you play him so well. So and
Thank
then
you.
Petro, your character he's easy to sympathize with, and he's also operating sort of on his own kind of mission, his own personal vendetta, personal mission. But he's being lied to by a lot of people. So, what do you think his mindset is after, as everything that happens during the season, everything he goes through, and then moving it forward to hopefully a season two?
Um, yeah, it's such a great thing that Artyom just said about a liberating character. He could do anything he wanted, basically. I think in my case, there was a very strong reason and a very strong belief that he had, why he was doing all what he was doing. He was doing it for his family, for his sister, and so like having this very strong argument, having this very strong reason to do certain things actually motivated him so much that it was so easy to actually do it as an actor, because there was such a strong character, reason or motivation or background, story, um, and so like super easy to play with it, and liberating in a way as well. And but yeah, all those actually solo missions were something that was also very compelling to me, because I loved just being alone, and I love being alone in his apartment and just reading his book, and his cozy kind of Soviet old apartment, reading his books in his baths. This character that just like spends a lot of time on his own, and I think he has a lot of time to think things over, and I think that's where he lives pretty much, in his head. and like speaking with himself and speaking through his thoughts and going through his memories and all that stuff. That was something very interesting to play with.
Yeah, absolutely. And then both of you have interesting dynamics with Emilia Clarke's character B. So what is it like working with her as your and also sort of navigating that power dynamic that the three of you have, whereas she has a much her character has a much different relationship with Andre and with Sasha.
Hmm.
Well, I mean,
What
like
is
Emilia obviously is an incredible actor. And just like as you said, like having to navigate within within those two roles, like shows her range and her like incredible ability. But I would also say that she's just a lovely, lovely and incredible human being. Um, being, I mean, also an executive producer on the show, she was like very caring, like always chatting to us, even though like her workload was astronomical, like having to learn Russian, being in almost every scene. I was really impressed with her, and I was really grateful to have her there.
I can only probably second that, and uh, or rather third in this triangle. Uh, she, she's yeah, she's a super giving human being, giving actor, I guess. So it made my job so much easier because my character was supposed to be a very empathetic character, and she just made it, she just brought it to an extreme, and so it was very actually easy to win her over from Artyom's character. You know what I mean? Artyom.
Oh snap! Let's see about that, brother.
Because we all know who the villain is, and yes, there is some kind of something attracts us to the villains, but most of the time,
Right.
people just like nice guys,
It's
and that's
true. It's true.
who
It's true.
essentially Sasha is. He has a big heart. He's willing to sacrifice himself. He's willing
Well, a
to.
big bleeding heart. Yeah, he does.
Oh my god, that's a low blow.
Uh, but then, I mean, the dynamic you guys form on screen is fantastic. But then you also have your own thing going on where it's like, um, they don't understand. I mean, obviously, one's hiding something from the other. But what was your dynamic working together? You guys, I can see you guys have good chemistry right here. But it's like, what was it like getting to know each other's rhythms and then playing that sort of adversarial relationship on screen?
I feel like we had a great time. I mean, we spent 6 months together in Budapest,
Mhm.
which does I mean, it does a lot to you if you spend like half a year with people, um, especially with people that are all incredibly nice and talented. And I know it's like really easy to say that, but it really was like an incredible time. It was so much fun because everybody was so lovely. So the chemistry that you spoke of that you see here, I feel like that was there like fairly from the beginning, and was more and more established and like strengthened over the course of those 6 months. Like with various parties and working together and like dinners and et cetera, et cetera.
It wasn't, yeah, it wasn't. I think it wasn't complicated to establish some kind of like great dynamic with Artyom because he's a very kind human being. I remember meeting him for the first time on set, just like before we are like hair testing, I guess, or something, or his costume testing or something. And he just this curly guy, and and we just had a great laugh, and he was so kind. And then the second day, I guess we had the scene of the first encounter where he's just like being menacing, smoking cigarettes in my face and taking, and so it was actually it's quite a quick jump, but at the same time um I didn't feel like we weren't bonded or weren't connected. Even though the characters are not connected, but I think it's very important when actors are actually having great dynamic and are comfortable working with each other. I guess it was always like that, Artyom, with you. So thank you so much for doing that.
Likewise, brother. Thank you.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much, bro. I really appreciate your time and can't wait for season two. So thank you.
Thanks,
Thanks,
Rohan.
Rohan. Take care. Yeah.
Thank you, Darren. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Have a good one.
You too.